WTOL 11 Sports presents Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. The best discoveries come from the unexpected. And by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right. By Frickers, the home for fun, food, sports, and spirits. By Absolute Mobile Glass. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it faster. Absolutely. And by Renewal by Anderson. Anderson Window Muscle. Local 419 Hustle. Now, here's Tyler Segerman.
Sorry about that, everyone. Good evening and welcome into another edition of Big Board Friday, sponsored by Ohio Northern University. Before we know it, playoffs will be right around the corner, and then it's a race to states. But for now, we're focused on conference and league title races. Now, the CHSL has its own playoff at the end of the regular season. So for Central Catholic and St. John's, they're just battling for seeding and, of course, bragging rights. Now, since they already played last month, this game tonight not counting toward those league standings, but best believe still carried some weight. A ruckus Titan Dome. As you see there, early in this game, they'd have a lot to cheer about. Ethan James here going to lead the way. Doesn't find anyone initially, so he's going to pull up and bury the three himself. They jump out to an early lead, and then later, Raish Kowalczyk hitting from deep, doesn't fall in transition. Manny Johnson out ahead to Kingston Cito, who clears for liftoff. Irish hanging tight. Then on the very next possession, Johnson to Cito again on the back door. Another slam back to back. Here we go. Second half, Kowalczyk catch and shoot three. He's going to bury it. These two going back and forth all night long. Game tied at 72 here in the final minute. And check this out. Caden Kennard, 5 seconds to go. Going to pull up at the top of the arc. That's Manny Johnson. Boom! Are you kidding me? He'd also have the game-sealing block as well, and Central was a thriller. 75-72 all-time game in this rivalry series. Chase Bachman took it all in. He has
Tyler, we may have the top candidate for Game of the Year. I mean, just when you thought St. John's was going to use home court to their advantage, Central Catholic came fighting back in the second half. There ended up being a few different lead changes, but ultimately, Manny Johnson's clutch three in the final seconds sent the Fighting Irish out of the Titan Dome with a 75-72 win.
It's a blessing, to be able to go out there and make two back-to-back big plays, and, with the help of my teammates and my coaches, it's a blessing.
Yeah. Just really proud of him, just how he's grown as a leader over the last 3 years. Like, he's the most complete player in the city, and I don't think it's close. Obviously, I'm extremely biased, but he does everything. Man, what a game. Like, they're really good. They're a really good team, and credit to them. They're ready to go, and maybe we really weren't ready to go to start, but fun game.
Central Catholic improves to 8-2 on the season and will be back in action Sunday afternoon when they play Pickerington Central. But for now, reporting from inside the Titan Dome, Chase Bachman, WTOL 11. Tyler?
Appreciate it, Chase. Crossover night in the Northern Lakes League. Perrysburg aiming for its 10th win as they took on Springfield. And the Jackets, they were rolling early. Deflected pass. No worries. Brady Maxwell there to collect it and gets the easy layup. And then later, it's their defense going to work. Ben Paymer coming up with the steal here. He'll fire up ahead to Adam Gray, who finishes it off with the layup. Springfield doing all they can to keep this one close. Kai Taylor going to fire from deep and connect from the arc, but too much from the home Jackets on their home floor. Braylon Foster going to cap things off here. Going to work inside, and Perrysburg puts up 90 as they go on to win with ease. Anthony Wayne enjoying its first home game in 2026. Generals matching up with Bowling Green this evening. Bobcats with some great ball movement early in this one. Check out the Shank connection. Colton with a great look inside to Kipton for the easy bucket. Great play design there for BG. Generals, though, tough on their home floor. They're going to swing it around to Anthony Trombley, who nails the three from the wing, and A-Dub starting to feel it. And then later, Zane Kutsia going to have possession. No one's going to pick him up, so he's going to decide, hey, I'm just going to pull this one up and drain the triple as well. He can shoot as well. That bottoms through, and Anthony Wayne pulls away to win 76-59. How about the Clay Eagles off to its best start in 50 years? Hey, you heard that right. Also going for the Sylvania sweep this week as well after beating Southview. Northview, though, they wouldn't make things easy. Up in the third quarter when Jack Schoen gets it up to Donovan Robinson inside for the layup. Then fourth quarter, it's Jacob Rowland going to work. Check out the spinning jumper. That flushes home. Wildcats remain in front. Eagles, though, not backing down. Kamari Buffalo steps in, forces the steal, but he's not done. He'll take it all the way back for the scoop and score. Eagles with momentum. Under 2 minutes to play, Clay still down when Aiden Berryman finds Grant Oberdick in the corner, buries the triple, and that would eventually put them in front, part of his game-high 18 points, and that helps Clay improve to 11-1 on the season. Our final NLL matchup this evening, Penn Southview against Whitmer. Both teams trying to get back in the win column. Solid start for the Panthers as C.J. Johnson takes the ball away and then soars for a two-handed slam. Then Andre Young III going to drive and spin before hitting this high-arcing jumper. Whitmer quickly up 9. Cougars, though, would settle in. Jerron Witcher heading straight for the rack here. 14 points alone in the first half for the senior. Defense provided some problems as well. Adam LaPlaw poking the ball free. He has a clear path, and he'll finish it off himself. Another good game as Southview holds on for the 48-43 victory. To the NBC we go. John Sandwich and company aiming to keep their perfect mark alive as they made a quick trip over to Rossford. Comets working it early, cutting tight. Asman gets the lay-in here off glass, and then later it's more from number 11. This time up ahead and clear for liftoff, throwing it down with one hand as he rattles the rim. Rossford doing all they can to hang around. Colton Hoskins here going to knock down the corner three for the Bulldogs, but the Comets, they are an undefeated machine, and they're going to continue to stay that way thanks to Walter Plants, who doesn't get the reverse layup to go, but he gets his own board and put back there. The Comets roll 71-22. They remain unbeaten. Staying in the Northern Buckeye Conference, Lake sitting on the verge of a 6-game win streak as they hopped over the river and into Maumee. Panthers, though, they would be the ones coming out hot in this one in transition. A wide open Will Kubik's going to get the ball here, line up for three and drill it. Maumee up 13 early, but here come the Flyers. Jace Ayers gonna get the ball, and then drive it down strong. Gets the floater to fall, and Lake continuing to itch back in that deficit. And then off the inbounds here, an open Carter Belmore is gonna hit the three, matching his jersey number. Lake comes all the way back to pull away, 53-45 the win. NWOAL action, Evergreen and Wauseon both seeking a 2-0 start in league play, and this one was a good battle from the start. Both teams feeling each other out. Xavier Molina trying the dribble drive, decides to take a step back and creates a little space there for the jumper. Vikings would respond. Other end, George Allendorf going to take it and then line up for the tray there, knocking that one through, but Wauseon efficient. Molina again on the other end, going to have possession. This time we'll find a cutting Jack Allstater who gets the roll and the bucket inside. Wauseon picking up a huge win at home. They cruise 68-43. Down the road, pivotal matchup in the Buckeye Border Conference. Eden and Pettisville battling to remain atop the standings. We picked this one up in the second half. Bombers down by 20. Briggs Gallahue at the free throw line, able to dump it in to Rafael Gonzalez Ariza there for the layup. But this one, all Blackbirds. Jack Lepelmar, the star of the team, with a great pass to Xander Hogfree. They're knocking down the triple, and later it's Lepelmar going to do it himself. Hesitation and blowing by the defender and using a little left-hand kiss off the glass. Nice looking play there. Pettisville grounding Eden in this one, 47-25. Steve Iwanek with more with the Blackbirds.
Well, in the game of basketball, you're not always going to get 70, 80 points. Sometimes you just have to find ways to win. And this Pettisville team, that's been the definition of their season. After losing one of their key offensive players, they have to really tighten down on the defensive end, and they did so tonight in a big matchup with Eden, winning this one at home 47-25.
You said we were connected to the string, and that was the biggest thing. Our defensive game plan is we had to be connected. We put us on an island with those guys, especially with Briggs Gallahue. We're just physically outmatched. So I thought our guys executed the defensive game plan to a T, put pressure when we needed to put pressure, had the double when we needed to have the double, and had a hand on shooters all night long.
It's the momentum we need to carry. Getting this win, getting last week's win, bringing it into each week. Just bringing the momentum in each week, bringing the intensity up.
So the Blackbirds get a big win on their home floor tonight. They're now tied for the top spot in the PBC. They're back in action tomorrow when Wayne Trace comes into town. Here in Pettisville, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Play of the night we've now reached, and you saw this one at the top of the show. We're showing again Manny Clutch Johnson with a game on the line, drills a game-winning three from near the logo with just 2.7 seconds remaining. Coach Floyd calls him the best player in our area. Hard to argue with that, as he also sealed the game with a block shortly after this. The Eastern Michigan commit led the way with 24 points as the Irish pick up another rivalry win. Another look here, Manny Johnson cashing in on our play of the night. One more stoppage before we wrap this show up. Still to come, we pivot to the college ranks where Toledo headed east. Those highlights are next. Thank you to both the Southview and Whitmer cheerleaders there. Welcome back. What a stretch Toledo men's basketball has wrapped up. In the past week alone, they played 3 of the top teams in the Mid-American Conference, losing to Miami, then beating Ohio, and tonight took a trip out to Kent State. Rockets trying to remain near the top of the MAC standings, and who else but the freshman phenom getting things going early. Leroy Blyden Jr. with a 4-point play there in the first half. Second half, UT down 2 when the youngster lets it fly again. Team high 19 points on the night for him. How about the inside game? Austin Parks going to go up strong here. Nets the bucket plus the foul. He had 16, but it wouldn't be enough as Toledo falls 87-84. Shifting to the ice, Walleye with a road swing this weekend, which begins in Iowa. Brandon Hawkins lighting the lamp. I apologize, we don't have the highlights there, but they did get the victory tonight, 4-3 the final. Now, that is going to do it. So, before we wrap this show up, let's listen up, fans. Big Board Friday launching a new contest where you at home can let your voice be heard. We want to know who has the best high school basketball gym in our area, whether that be Northwest Ohio or Southeast Michigan. To vote, simply find this contest under our sports section on the WTL11 website. You can vote once per day. We'll narrow the results into a bracket before a winner is crowned in March. Great turnout in the fall for football, so we expect the same for this basketball challenge, so be sure to vote there. That's going to do it for another edition of Big Board Friday. Remember, if you missed any of the highlights or want to rewatch the show again, head to our website or stream us on WTL11 Plus. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. It's our pleasure to bring you this coverage. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone.